Hello, and welcome to day 6 of the Puro Joshi Advent Calendar. I'm Paps, and today we're opening another door into the world of Japanese Pro Wrestling 2025 as we close our Marigold coverage up with my top 5 favorite matches of the 2025. We will be talking about a lot of stuff: tag matches, gauntlet matches, retirement matches, big time dream rematches, and maybe a surprising match at the end. As always, we are going chronologically, so how the matches had to happen, not how much I like them. It's also not, in my opinion, the best matches of the year, but just the one that I enjoy the most to rewatch, or at the moment in terms of how much I loved it, or how important they are to me personally. And with that, I would say we don't waste any more time and just jump straight into match number 1. Match number 1 is from Marigold Spring Victory Series Day 7 on March 30th, 2025 in Kurikan Hall. It was a Marigold Twin Star title match. Nanae Takahashi and Seru Yamaoka defend the belts against Senka Katsuki and Takumi Iroha from Team Marvelous. It was the start of the major Marigold vs. Marvelous feud that carried, in my opinion, the company for the first half of the year. And for many, it was the first real match that they saw from Senka Katsuki, who was the big star of this match. First of all, how did this match even come together? It came together on the Kurikan beforehand, where after the main event, where Nanae Takahashi and Seru Yamaoka defeated Victoria Yuzuki and Utami Hashishita in a great tag team title match, where Senka Katsuki, Takumi Iroha, and the rest of Marvelous was seen on the balcony supporting them and doing the passion. This kind of escalated into them confronting more or less a couple of times more, and then leading to the tag title challenge from Takumi Iroha towards Nanae Takahashi and Seru Yamaoka, and none other than Senka Katsuki stepped up and did the thing that became kind of like her big thing in the promos, as she was taking off her gloves to reveal her singlet under and trying to double take down Nanae Takahashi. This kind of led to this inter-promotional first big match that Marigold and Marvelous had of the year here on this show. And it was a fantastic one. 25 minutes with two rookies that recently just debuted, with Senka debuting in October 2024, and of course Seru just debuting 2 months before that, before the match even happened on January 3rd, 2025 against Mirai. The match, even it went like 25 minutes, had no downtime. It was incredible. Especially the two rookie performances were fantastic, and for many it was the real first outing they saw of Senka, and what can I say? Well-deserved praise and hype she got following that performance. Her desperation in this match was just incredible. Her and Seru kind of looked like a shoot at points, especially the early mat exchanges were tremendous. That mixed with the veteran experience of Nanae Takahashi, who was on a great run in 2025, and Takumi Iroha, who worked really stiff, made this match just incredible. And you gotta imagine, they laid this match out around two rookies who are not even 20 years old, and they just killed it. Senka dived deep into her bag and showed her shoot pins for the first time to a bigger audience after she debuted it in the All Japan Shoot Rules match against Ai Hosan just 2 months prior, where she won her first real singles match with it, which was also a fantastic moment in Marvelous. That mix with Series just being so good so early made the finishing stretch especially really awesome. There was this one sequence that went viral on social media as well, where Senka had Seru in the multiple shoot pin scenarios and everything like that, and hitting the brain buster, going for the shoot pin. Seru just barely escapes. Senka hits an exactly perfect lariat at exact perfect time for another close knee for like. So simple. These two had such a simple match, and it just worked fantastically. You know, I've spoken enough praise on Seru in the past, and And Senka deserves her credit here, especially for this match. She got like no real move at the time. All she did was drop kicks, grappling, body slams, tackles, and one lariat. And that's just it. But she just gets pro wrestling, and this is the perfect example of how good she gets pro wrestling. The pop she got when she just body slammed Nanae Takahashi was great, or when Nanae Takahashi, towards the end, just escaped the pin spam by going for the ropes is exactly what wrestling is all about. Struggle, emotion, and just the grit. And Senka has a grit. Seri has a grit, and together they put on a fantastic match. Legitimately, check this one out. I'm pretty sure all of you have already. This one is worth watching it. Going on to match number 2, and then we are here at Marigold Rising Spirit Day 1 on April 25th, 2025 at Hall. We have the main event of the show. Team Marigold, Chika Goro, Kizuna Tanaka, Miku Ano, Natsumi Shisuke, and Rhea Seto face Ai Hosan, Maria, Rika Kawahata, Sora Ayame, and Takumi Roha in a gauntlet 10-woman tag team match. This was, for many, maybe the peak of the Marvelous vs. Marigold storyline, and was building towards the fantastic tag team title matches we talked about just before. And they decided, hey, look, it worked so well, let's put 10 wrestlers, 5 versus 5, with the rules being pretty simple, right? 2 wrestlers start the match. If one gets eliminated, a wrestler of the team enters until there's just no wrestler left. And what I love the most about this match, before we dive into what even happened, is just the fact that we had so many undercard names in it for both sides, really. We had Ai Hosan, someone who doesn't really get much showing in Marvelous. Sore Ayame, of course. On the other side in Team Marigold, we had Chika Goro, Kizuna Tanaka, and Ryo Seto were all kind of wrestlers that needed a breakout performance, and a lot of them even had breakout performances. So, starting off the match was Kizuna Tanaka and Sora Ayame. Kizuna, of course, beat Sora Ayame in around 1 minute with an armbar submission. It wasn't really much, but you notice right off the gate that Kizuna really sank her teeth in this match. And you notice that, to pick up that part as well, because that is really what Kizuna did all match, was the second part where she defeated Ai Hosan in 5 minutes 21 seconds to eliminate the first 2 names of Team Marvelous and giving Marigold a 5-3 advantage. And you notice in her entire stretch, where she picked up the 2 big wins, that she sank her teeth in, that she really wanted to make the most of the opportunity and set everything really clear for what this match is going to be. Heated, with a full-on rivalry, and it worked perfectly, in my opinion, with her. She just did fantastically. You had the fire in her eyes, the will to not let her company down, the emotions in everything she did, in the new folds, and it just worked fantastically. Maybe the best performance she has had in a Marigold ring, at least to that point, maybe even to the same, I don't know. Super well done by her. Then we had Maria entering, as she eliminated Kizuna Tanaka after 2 minutes 38 seconds, and instantly eliminated also Rhea Seto in around 5 minutes. Rhea had a shortish outing here, as she had a bigger one in the not the gauntlet match, an elimination match in May at the Glorious Celebration at the Shine Forever show, at the first anniversary show, where she even won the entire match. Here, she was beaten by Maria pretty quickly, who at that point was slowly built up as a challenger for the Twin Star belt, which was issued after the match. Then we had Natsumi Shisuke entering for the Marigold team, and her and Maria fought to a 10-minute time to draw. This was really good. At the end, it was kind of a little bit missing the fire, because at some point you notice, okay, they are going to a 10-minute time to draw, but they were able to fill the time well. The emotions were really fired up, and I thought this match was picking up to be fantastic from here on out. And the match that made this world class, and it stayed the world class until the end, was when the next 2 names entered the ring. Riku Kawahata for Marvelous, and Miku Awano, the former United National Champion for Marigold. Also, 10-minute time to draw, which eliminated both of them. But this was just, wrestling-wise, the best 10 minutes. Really. straight up out of this world. Everything they did in these 10 minutes, the kicks, the stiffness was just incredible. The finishing stretch was insane. You were able to buy, okay, this could be over now. At any moment, it didn't really feel like, okay, could this be a time draw or not? It just felt like, oh my god, I want more of this. And it's a match I hope they will run back eventually in a big time singles outing, place with Rico as a face and not as a heel, because it feels like they have so much potential. Of course, they have the background of both being an actress girls and Miko being a veteran here and all of that of Rico. So there's that. And then we come to the final two, and this has made this match for me worth recommending. Takumi Iroha enters the ring for Team Marvelous as the captain, and she made it clear beforehand that she doesn't want to enter this match. She wanted her team, her Marvelous team, to finish the job before her, so she doesn't even need to. And she would see it as a failure if she even needs to enter the match. She had an arrogance that her team is clearly better than the Team Marigold. On the other side, Marigold's captain, none other than Chika Goto, who does have a more comedic side to her sometimes, or like more, I wouldn't say comedic side to her, more likable side to her that doesn't really feel like a big time star. But in this match, she was different. She was locked in. She came out, she didn't do her Achika, Kochika, Gochika stuff. She was locked in, looked straight in the eyes of Takumi Iroha, went out there, got the entire audience on her feet for her, and went just insane. The nearly 10 minutes that these two had to end off the match was out of this world. Out of this world. It was tremendous. It was babyface wrestling at its perfection from Chika Goto. A fantastic dominant performance by Takumi Iroha, and they just killed it. Alone, the last 25 minutes or so made this match must watch, but the first 15 or so was also like great with the Kizuna performance, with everything. This match is maybe my favorite all year. I don't know. It's at least, I would say, definitely high up in the favorite matches of my entire year, not only just in Marigold. So, of course, it needed to make the list. Moving on to match number 3. And here we are at Marigold Shine Forever, a glorious celebration, the 1-year anniversary of Marigold on May 24th in Yoyogi National Stadium. And we will be, of course, talking about the main event here. Nanae Takahashi's retirement match against Miku Aono. And in 22 minutes, Miku Aono won the match to retire Nanae Takahashi. And I think the big part here to mention is she didn't do it with her own finisher, but she used the 1-2 X finisher of Nanae Takahashi to end Nanae Takahashi's in-ring career in a fantastic match. One of the best matches for the pure quality-wise that Nanae had in the last couple of years, to end maybe the best run she has ever had. Her Marigold run was outright incredible. Straight up cinema. Her matches against Seru Yamaoka, Miku Aono, of course. The match against Mayu Iwatani just weeks before that. The match against Mirai that I really enjoyed in the KBS on in Kyoto. There were so many that were just delivering, in my opinion, and I just really enjoyed. The Serene match, of course, out of this world. And I need to say, this was maybe, in terms of like emotional, maybe not the best retirement match of the year in Jersey, because we had a lot of really cool ones. But in ring wise, it was definitely maybe top 2. It was just awesome. They wrestled a full-blown main event match. It worked to perfection. The comeback spots of both were placed super well. And I just love this one. It's wrestled on a way that you just need to appreciate. That someone like Nanae, who is now really, at the end of her career, ends a match there, delivering on that level is just incredible. And I'm glad I was able to see Nanae Takahashi's career to end like that. Aono was the perfect retirement opponent, as she gained a lot simply by being in the match in the first place. Like she is someone that the company was really behind from day one, and she's paying that back with one great performance after another. She looked fantastic here, and instantly in that moment, everyone realized, okay, she's winning the Dream Zone, is winning the world title, just like it happened. Takashi on the other side, of course, ends the match with a bang, ends the match with her passion, and it was just great. The follow-up was, of course, the little fun gauntlet match that we have with Seri, Senka, Yumiko Hata, Nanae Takashi's former tag team partner, of course, Momoe Nakaishi, and Koki Amare, having a little gauntlet that was just an emotional fun on top of that, as well as the retirement ceremony with a lot of names being there. Manami Toyota and all of that were there in the past for Nanae Takashi. Match number 4 on this list, and we are jumping to Marigold Crown Destiny on October 26, 2025 in Sumo Hall. And is there any question which match we're talking about here? It's, of course, the long-awaited match between Io Sky and Mayu Iwatani after over 7 years of them not facing each other. The last match being in the Cinderella tournament 2018, where they faced to a 10-minute time limit draw, which then made the Momo Watanabe vs. Priestley semifinal a final match. I'm sorry, I'm nerding here. Here they had their long-awaited match. Mayu, of course, went from Stardom to Marigold. Meanwhile, Io Sky was successful in WWE, won multiple world titles, won an NXT title, just came off a world title reign at Evolution. Had then the title match against Stephanie Vaquer. And in September, then of course the big time, well, more or less, at tag match at Ground Jewel with Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors, and then went to Marigold to have this kind of match. And everyone who has seen Io Shirai knows she's fantastic. Everyone who has seen Mayu Iwatani knows she's fantastic. They just went out there and just killed it for 26 minutes. It's a match I didn't want to end, really. I could have seen them wrestle for another 10 minutes. It felt so awesome. The bumping of Mayu Iwatani for the moves of Io Sky was fantastic. Io Sky looked like a superstar in this match. And Mayu Iwatani looked like a superstar in this match. They just went out there and killed it. It's incredible. I loved it. I really loved it. It's the perfect way for them to have this kind of match, and you know, everyone who has seen this video has seen this match. It's just incredible. Like, what can I say? It's out of this world. It's just out of this world, dude. And I think what makes this match not perfect to me, but just barely perfect, which is insane because the in-ring quality was like out of this world, as I said like 25 times, was the fact that the storytelling, or like the in-ring storytelling, wasn't really there. Like, it felt like not really a match with a lot of heat, which is okay because it was more of a tribute to Thunder Rock from a decade ago, and a lot for the fans, which I'm part of. It was emotionally, for me, still hooking, even though maybe it wasn't for the majority of the fans, and that is totally fine. Like, it's still a fantastically worked match, of course. Io winning in the end after 26 minutes with the second moonsault was maybe the only thing a bit of a downer. I feel like they could have just done the 30-minute time limit draw because to protect Mayu Iwatani, but I get it. WWE style just always wins. But it was always cool to see Io Sky in an environment where she can just do whatever she wants, including a tombstone piledriver. Big pop for that one. Moving on to the last match of this video, and we are going to November 17, 2025, a recent Korakuen Marigold Battle Hard Day 413. And we are not talking about any of the big title matches or the big main event match. No, we're talking about a mid-card match. Now Ishikawa facing Mai Sakurai. This match went 11 minutes. And it was in the middle of the card of Korakuen. You may just ask yourself, why is this on your list? And I need to say, this is just a fantastic singles match that maximizes the minutes and achieved something in just 11 minutes that is incredible. They went out there, had a little bit of storyline with Mai really being the first wrestler all year that leans into now Ishikawa's attempts to do storylines. Now gladly took that chance and they ran with it. The match started with now throwing like 3 German suplexes in a row, and that intensity kept until the very end. They just beat the living crap out of each other with slaps, with forearms, with suplexes. And Mai Sakurai and now Ishikawa got that Kurikan Hall crowd to rock. This was insane. This is the match from the 5 that likely the least people have seen. And it's just raw aggression with all killer, no filler. And I think it's what many people would love to see in many kind of matches. Mai Sakurai with an incredible performance. Now Ishikawa with an incredible performance. Mai has been diving deeper into the Julia Tamnakano-ism that she has learned over time, with just slapping and beating the piss out of her opponents, and it's glorious to watch. It's so awesome. The slap she has made and how she has knocked out Ishikawa with it was incredible. The babyface fire Ishikawa showed because of it was chef kiss. Chef kiss. It's just insane. Personally, Rick, I will recommend this 1,000 times to you if you haven't seen it. I think this is the most Marigold match all year that is for the wider fan base, because it had such a distinguished style that just fits to maybe anyone's taste. To me, this once again showed that now Ishikawa is a wrestler that if you give her something to really sink her teeth in, and that counts for a lot of wrestlers on the undercard of Stardom, she will deliver and step up. This should be the start of something. Personally, I always kind of hoped a Mai Sakurai-led stable is building towards the, out of the Arena, Yamanaka, and Shanyota teaming. Maybe her Irina, Shanyota now as a little bit of a quartet would be like really cool, because I feel like now deserves to get something out of this, because the outing was so good that she's clearly above being the second wrestler on the show. At least that's how I would see it. So, hey, do something with her, because this is what you're getting if you're investing in your talents that really want to show something when they can. Because, oh my God, this match was fantastic. And yeah. And with that, we're done with this video, and we are done with the coverage of Marigold. Thank you all for listening to me to the 3 days about this promotion. A very interesting one. I'm hyped for the 2026. I think we have a lot to look forward here. 2025 maybe wasn't the best they can be, but it showed significantly a better year than 2024. I'm interested to see what they will be doing in 2025. Tomorrow will be a special kind of video about an older match. Day 7 and day 14, to spoil that, are both older matches, to have a little bit of a break between the promotion breakdown. And then, of course, day 8, which is also my birthday, will continue with the normal schedule promotional deep dive. I won't spoil who it will be, but maybe you can guess in the comments. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, a comment down below. Bye-bye.